forgot to put the Crocs in sport mode?
Yeah, welcome. So to start, this isn't a video criticizing solo leveling, even though I think Freerun still should have won Anime of the Year, but if it had been a week ago, I would have dabbed you up if you had said this anime was just Sung Jin Wu aura farming and lacks any other depth to the anime, but now after actually watching Season 1 and even rewatching it all the way through a second time, I could say at least Season 1 solo leveling is more than just aura farming and is actually pretty good as far as most things go. But if y'all going to enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like and sub, helping out. So I really don't want to speak on the flashback of Jeju Island and the raid that they're doing. I believe it's the third one. But yeah, it's just showing us this for some more exposition of something that's going to happen in the future. And it's more relevant in Season 2, and I'm only doing like the review on Season 1, so I really do just want to skip past it, but I'll go ahead and introduce some of the characters that are, relevant to the story later on. So these are the Srank Hunters, and basically, like in this world, these guys are pinnacle. They're able to do whatever they want, and they're powerful enough to just no one can really stop them. So when they jump in to start fighting these beasts, they're quite powerful, and they're actually able to take them out. But it's just constant waves of ants coming in, and it's just an infestation, really. But they seem to be able to handle their own, but we jump into the main perspective of this anime from Sung Jin Woo's point of view. So basically this world's heroes are awakened and gain abilities and rank upon this awakening. And with E being the lowest and S the highest rank, with those S ranks being extremely powerful and acting on their own accord since no one else can, really tell them what to do. They're kind of like Gojos of this verse, but yap. We see Sung Jin Woo here on his way to a gate, which is basically this anime's version of a dungeon, and we meet some of the peers, first being the B-ranked healer Ju-hee, and also C-ranked sorcerer Sung Chil. And if I don't remember or mention anyone else, it's because they are kind of just irrelevant to the story and my own interest, yeah. But I do want to speak on Jin Wu and how he's an E-rank hunter, meaning one of the weakest of the weak, and it reflects on his mindset here in the beginning. But man, not for long, he's about to get some good old character development. So Jin Wu and the group enters the gate, and first thing we see is Jin Wu getting diffed and by this lame ass goblin. Sorry. But the lovely Ju-hee heals him up, and from there things are pretty easy till they see the entrance for the double dungeon, and upon a vote they choose to go through for the greater treasures and rewards that they could get. But they get trapped and oh nah, this statue ain't it. And I don't really get nerved at anything in anime ever really, but some things can come off so uncanny to me sometimes. But back to Jin Wu. Bro saves everyone multiple times here in the double dungeon, and they do eventually get all the way to the point of being able to escape, but in the end Jin Wu was within the room alone with the statues. And Loki crashes out although, which is kinda reasonable in this predicament. But after a short self-defense, Jin Wu gets packed up, yeah. So to me, and this is where I'll be ending the episode 1 review, this is honestly one of the good parts of Jin Wu's development. I mean, bro survives a near-death experience and gets betrayed by a few of the members of the group that he was in for the raid. So for him to be crashing out and wanting to get stronger after this, and later on down the line not being able to accept one of the dude, I forgot his name, I'll get it here in a bit. So though this anime is lacking in the aura farming at the moment, I think the story is actually setting up nicely. Bruh, also before I move on to part 2 of my little rant, Chahin, she's the only bit of aura farming we get in this first episode, but waifu bruh, main waifu of the series. But I just had to say that real quick. Let's get back to the video. So Sung Jin Woo reawakens after the double dungeon, and now he has the ability to get stronger and stronger the more XP he gets after completing various options and quests that he typically has to finish from this new system. And that could range from killing monsters to what we're about to get into, even a person. But I want to jump ahead to when I think Mr. Wu progresses as a character in episode 6. I know I'm taking a huge jump here, but where he now has to come to terms with killing the bandit group, with their leader being the brother of one of the S ranks that I forgot the name to, but he has to kill them to survive due to the new system from his reawakening. So he goes on about the mess nonchalantly and effortlessly, killing them all and building up that aura. Alright, next I want to go over the assassin ass dude, Kang Taishik, whom is like, you know, just another bad dude like the bandits and is actually just in the assassin business for the love of the game. But once him and Jin Wu, the farmer, pulls up after Kang had been murdering and toying with the prisoners and the other survivors of the double dungeon that I never mentioned at the beginning of this video, they get straight to boxing. You know, Kang looks good for a bit until Jin Wu wants to, you know, start planting the crops, you know, and kills his ass basically because of his dagger. But like of course it's because of his aura too. But I think Jin Wu does well here too. Like, he's learned that you've got to kill to protect your peers and most importantly himself. But even against hunters and even without the system telling him to, he knew he was just gonna like kill this dude anyways. This dude was actually just garbage, but it was also for the aura. And finally, Igorus the Blood Red. Bro's got like aura on his name too. Like, hell, it's almost as good as Big Raga. But the knight whom defends an empty throne might have some comp since his opponent is Mr. Sung Jin Wu. So the battle has no weak moments in it in terms of like aura or animation, of course. But Jin Wu is like actually, to me, like on edge in this fight and was outmatched. And he could have even lost to Igorus had he not caught him in the way he did. But Jin Wu even says at the beginning that he was feeling the exact same way he did in the double dungeon, like the same like it's just the air, but it felt the same way as when he also squared up as Igorus. So honestly, I believe this matchup was just like, it was an aura off in joking terms, but in seriousness, it was a test of courage, because in the dungeon, man, was he scared. But for basically the rematch, he actually has like that dog in him and was able to push himself physically this time. So I do think Jin Wu actually, like, again, develops his character and betters himself. He really isn't like a bad character and actually does get a little self-growth, you know? And he ain't just an aura farmer, though. I don't know if I could say the same for the Season 2 self, but but now one more talking point and we'll be through with this, yeah. So I want to say like an opinion of mine in terms of his true aura, but I mean it kind of literally. And with that being his shadows, after his fight with Igorus and Battle Royale, after we see him unlock a new ability for clearing this dungeon, and with it being Necromancer. And we all know what Necromancy is, so I'm not gonna yap on it, but he can claim new shadows by rising fallen enemies, like people he defeats in battle, like Igorus for instance. But so he basically claims them by a rising pause, and they get stronger alongside Jin Wu's growth, so the shadows he obtains are over time kind of do reflect his strength or aura in this sense. They are basically a sign of his power, or you can even call it his own shadow in a sense too. But yeah, that's all on that. Just a little interpretation I had while watching him gain this nice ability. Yeah, so I do appreciate y'all checking into this video. If y'all are new here, make sure y'all like and go ahead and comment as well, because that's honestly my favorite part about doing this stuff. Like, I get to interact with the community that I'm building. But yeah, just go ahead and put some recommendations for anime down or anything of that sort, and I'll be sure to check it out. But like I said, if y'all enjoyed this video, leave a like, and I'll see ya.